Hello, hi, welcome to Single Mom's Journey. This is my personal blog, and today I thought I would do something really fun, and I've always wanted to do tinctures and healthy recipes and just health food stuff. And today I have a friend here that we are going to do a tincture, and we're going to do a recipe, and we're going to share it with you. Hi, so this is my friend Kathy, and she's going to show us some things. You've been doing this for a while, huh?
Yes, I trained with a Mexican Indian woman, and she taught me the ways of folk healing that she'd learned from her grandmother.
Oh, that is so cool. That's really cool. I love going nature walk around here. We picked up some mullein, and we picked up some nettles in our backyard and things like that. And I like doing teas and little tinctures myself. So today we are going to learn something good for the respiratory system, right? Good, awesome. We're going to get ready to get into the fall season, and this is something good to keep on hand in your cupboard. Is this good for kids too?
This is great for kids.
Okay, good for the whole family.
Yes, and I would say this is not something that you're going to take if you have like an acute respiratory infection. This is something that's going to strengthen your respiratory system so that if you do get sick, your body can fight off the illness easier. So this is going to be like a daily, like if you made this recipe, you would be taking maybe a teaspoon every day to just kind of strengthen your respiratory system.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's get started. First of all, you're going to show us how to weigh things, huh? This is very interesting.
Right. So when you are tincturing, when you're working with herbs, the traditional way is to weigh your herbs rather than, like say use a cup of this or a tablespoon of this, you're going to weigh it. And there's a really good reason, and it's because perhaps you have something that's like a powder, and then you have something that's maybe like flowers and leaves. They're gonna weigh very different. So let me demonstrate how that works. Let's just go ahead and do, let's try 6 grams. And we'll see how much the powder weighs. This is mullein leaf. All right, so there is 6 ounces of powder, 6 grams of powder. And let's compare that to these red clover blossoms.
And you use mullein powder. Can you also? I have mullein that I have picked, from the yard or whatever. Can you also use those things? Can you like squish it up?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
You can absolutely use that. And just if you were using the very first, now those are dried, but if you were using,
this is what it looks like. The mullein.
Yeah.
That's what mullein looks like. They're big, huge leaves.
If it was fresh, you would use considerably more in your tincture because fresh leaves take up more room than dried leaves. They get smaller when they dry.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So here you can see the difference. This is both. This is both 6 grams, but you can see it looks like there's less powder, but that is why you weigh your herbs, because you want to get the exact right amount, and if you use like a cup versus a cup, you're going to get much less for a cup of red clover flowers than you would for, say, a powder of something, right? Okay, so that's why we do it that way. So let's get on to our recipe.
Okay, cool.
Put this back in.
Okay,
so to start our recipe, we have to decide how big our part is going to be, because that's what recipes use. They use parts. You might have 3 parts of this, 1 part of this, a half part of this. So a part is your weight, and you could choose an ounce or a pound or a couple grams. You just choose your weight, and that is your part. So let's say you choose 2 grams as that's what your part's going to be. Okay. So 1 part will be 2 grams. If you have 2 parts, well, now that's 4 grams. If you have 3 parts, that would be 6 grams, like
So,
that.
do we do 2 of each?
2 sounds good. We're just doing, the first thing we need is 4 parts fennel. So we need
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then the funnel?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have some in my, so I can, so we don't have to open yours. So it will be,
You're gonna match, for this kind of, you're gonna match this line to this.
okay.
Yeah.
Too much. No, almost. Oh, just right. Okay. Dump it in the bowl.
And then 4 parts rose hips, so the same weight.
Rose hip. Rose hip. Now this we have to open. I will.
I couldn't find kitchen scissors, so I'm like, we're doing this by hand.
I do. Okay. I will. Rose hip. Okay. We'll see how much. Okay. Now put that in the bowl.
Yep.
And put that in the bowl. Rose
And the next one is lemongrass. We only need 2 parts of that. So that would be 4 grams.
hip. Lemongrass.
And I'm gonna take some of these out.
Lemongrass. And then we need, okay, so just kind of have a little bit of that. Almost. Got it? Oh, perfect. Right there, centered. And then lemongrass, put that in the bowl. Whoa. Okay, what's next?
Calendula. We only need 1 part of that, so I'm gonna put some more back.
Calendula, 1 part. Okay, that's it.
That's enough? Yeah.
Yeah. Calendula.
And then 1 part mullein.
Okay.
Wildcrafted is a great way to go. Because you know then it doesn't have any
Yeah.
pesticides.
Okay.
Yep.
1 part. Probably need more, huh? Oh, there we go. Got the mullein. All right.
And then the last one is 1 part red clover flowers.
clover flower. Okay. 1 part. Okay, perfect.
That is the perfect amount that's going to fit in our jar, so go ahead and...
All right. There's that.
Clear this out of the way. Yep, that is perfect. There.
Okay. I'm just gonna use my hands. Is that okay? Okay.
Totally okay, because the hot water is going to kill any germs in it.
Okay. It's a good salad. Almost. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Okay, great.
Okay,
Here.
so to preserve it, there's lots of options. There are 4 main options that you'll see people use: vodka, or some kind of very strong alcohol, glycerin, honey, or vinegar, or a combination of some of those. I gotta tell you that vinegar doesn't taste good. I've tried it. I've even tried vinegar and honey to make it like a little sweeter. It does not taste good. It's very unpleasant. So my go-to that I personally use is usually I'll use glycerin and a vodka mix, but you can do straight glycerin, and that's what we're gonna do today. So for a jar this size, we probably use about 3/4 cup of glycerin. And then the rest is gonna be hot water. We're gonna use 3/4, so 3 of these.
Okay.
Or you could eyeball it and just pour it straight in the jar. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
It feels oily, like a thick oil. Okay, just put in the.
Yep.
That's one. Okay. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. And
The rest hot water. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
And go ahead and cap it.
It's really, really hot.
Yes, a towel or.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
Yep. Now, when I was taught by my friend how to do this, she told me that traditionally, the grandmothers or the healers, they would shake it twice a day, but before they would even touch it, they would pray over it so that they could ask for the medicine to help heal people, which I thought was, I'd never heard of something like that before. But there's a lot of good intentions that go into making medicine like this.
Yeah, the Native Americans, the Indians do the same thing with nature, and even when they kill animals and to eat it, they always thank the animal for giving its life, you know,
I
for,
think that's
for their
beautiful.
food.
So that's how I learned to do it, was to pray over it. And then also traditionally they would keep it outside with a black cloth over it, but it's no problem to keep it in the house. You just kind of want to keep it out of the sunlight and make sure that you shake it in the morning, shake it in the evening, and then let it sit for at least 2 weeks. A month is even better.
A month.
Yeah. So the difference is that if you were to use this recipe as a tea, you would be drinking half a cup every day. But when you tincture, you can use much less. You can use just a teaspoon a day, and it's gonna last a very, very long time.
Yeah. So thank you, Kathy.
Yeah,
this was
you're
fun. We're gonna do some other stuff later on, and probably do things for oils and things like that. That would be really fun. Okay, well, thank you for joining me here on Single Mom's Journey. We'll have a lot more for you next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.